Connecticut criminal defense attorney Jim Bergenn of Shipman and Goodwin is watching the trial for us, and I had a chance to sit down with him earlier to talk about day one. I asked him what happened today and whether there were any early surprises.
Well, at first they got to establish what's going on in this case to the jury, and so they put on evidence about the fact that this woman was killed. Now, so far nothing really relates to Michelle Troconis. She's somebody who is dating somebody, and the guy, we have to assume, is a pretty maniacally dangerous person, and he's been through a divorce. Many of us know people who've gone through divorce, and they're not on their best behavior, and when they're going out with somebody else, they are on their best behavior. So the idea that she is knowing what he's doing when he's presenting himself as this very suitable mate just doesn't make a lot of sense. On the other hand, the rest of us are really panicking about what happened to this woman. She's a mother of 5 kids. So the police are doing the right thing back then, but then once he dies, you know, do you really think that Michelle Troconis was somehow told about the murder? It doesn't fit for that relationship. Yeah,
and you were telling me a little earlier, those of us, you know, we watch television shows, you watch trials on television shows, it always starts with an opening statement, but you said that's not really what happened.
It's not very common in Connecticut that we do opening statements. Judges don't like them. Lawyers love them because we like to let people know what's going to happen.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about the case then and some of the things that people need to know. First of all, one of the things that makes this unique is that there's no body. Jennifer Dulos has now been legally declared dead, but there's never been a body found. How does that affect the prosecution's case?
Well, it's obviously not helpful to not have a body, but what's really a stretch is they're bringing in all this evidence about what actually happened, and none of it actually specifically relates to Michelle Troconis. The key evidence is her sitting in a car while he's dumping bags. That's what this whole case is about. The idea that they're charging her with conspiracy to commit a murder when he no doubt has presented himself as, I'm your guy.
Yeah. A lot of people might think, knowing that was one of the first pieces of evidence that we saw that had coverage on the news, was the video of them making the rounds around a portion of Hartford and throwing things in dumpsters, and it looked like Fotis Dulos and possibly Michelle Troconis, and there was his vehicle. A lot of people might think she just got swept up in something and really didn't know what was going on. From a legal standpoint, is she still culpable if that was in fact the case?
If she's driving around a car and this guy's throwing a bunch of stuff out, and they have already had property interests and thrown stuff out, and he's presented to himself to her as somebody really suitable for her and her child, it's unlikely he's going to be talking about, well, I just killed somebody who was the mother of my 5 children. But it is, of course, it's problematic to be with anybody doing anything that's criminal. But the fact that he's a maniacally dangerous criminal, which is a bad thing, doesn't mean that's how he presented himself to her. I mean, the police did the right thing at the time, trying to, like, we got to get on top of this. We got to calm everybody down. But this is a completely different thing. This is a murder trial, a conspiracy to commit murder.
All right, so we've got weeks and weeks of it ahead. We'll be talking to you again about it. You'll be observing it for us, and so we look forward to your input here. And we thank you for joining us. Jim Bergenn, Shipman and Goodwin. And Connecticut's news station has been following the case since the very beginning and will continue to follow this trial to the very end. Stay with Fox 61 for complete coverage inside and outside the courtroom. You can watch the proceedings live on air, online, and streaming anytime on Fox 61 Plus, on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and ROKU.